अस्सलाम-ओ-allaikum व्यूवर्स, कैसे हैं आप सब। आज मैं आपके सामने cs504 के ऑब्जेक्टिव पास्ट पेपर्स लेकर आई हूँ। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 हमारे पास गिवन है, बाय फॉलोइंग मॉडर्न सिस्टम इंजीनियरिंग प्रैक्टिस स्टिमुलेशन ऑफ रिएक्टिव सिस्टम इज़ नो लॉन्गर नेसेसरी। तो ये फाल्स है क्योंकि ये मॉडर्न सिस्टम में इसकी बहुत अहमियत है। नेक्स्ट है क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, द स्टेट ट्रांजिशन डायग्राम इंडिकेट सिस्टम रिएक्शन टू एक्सटर्नल इवेंट्स। ये इसको एक्सटर्नल इवेंट्स को जाहिर करती है। Control flow diagrams are needed to model event-driven system. A change becomes dash because of close presence of data and functions. तो localized है. Next है, a complex system evolves from a smaller system. Complex system को small system में evolve किया जाता है ताकि problem को easily solve किया जा सके. Coupling is a measure of dash of a module or component. तो independent. Coupling जो होती है वो independent होता है. Next है software maintenance phase involves all of the above. The hardest single part of building a software system is deciding precisely dash to build, what to build. वो decide करते हैं कि क्या build करना है. Next है interaction diagram depict the dash behavior of system, dynamic behavior of system. In sequence diagram, the time required by the receiver object to process the message is denoted by an activation box के ज़रिए से denote होता है. A poorly designed interface can cause a user to make catastrophic errors is one of the motivations for graphical user interface. तो ये true statement है. Next है identifying system features include all of the above. Next है establishing responsibilities for objects include all of the above. Which of the following is a fact finding method? Prototyping is the fact finding method है. Next है a window mobile is a popular mobile operating system which seen commonly PDAs. Which of the following category pair best describe it? तो application software इसको अच्छे से describe कर सकता है और embedded software. Next है the object oriented approach improves the reusability of codes. improve करती है reusability और codes की reusability को. Most software continues to be custom built because of the shelf software component are not commonly available. Next है which of the following item listed below is not one of the software engineering layer. तो कौन सा इसमें टूल्स भी होते हैं, प्रोसेस भी होता है, मेथड्स भी. तो ये इसका करेक्ट आंसर होगा मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, इसमें नहीं पाया जाता. नेक्स्ट है विच ऑफ दीज पीपल वुड नॉट बी लाइकली अ पार्ट ऑफ द फास्ट टीम. तो सीनियर फाइनेंशियल ऑफिसर फास्ट टीम के पार्ट नहीं होते. नेक्स्ट है एन स्टेट ट्रांजिशन कैन ओनली ऑकर व्हेन ट्रिगर्ड बाय एन इवेंट. अ चेंज बिकम्स डैश बिकॉज ऑफ क्लोज प्रेजेंस ऑफ डाटा एंड फंक्शन, लोकलाइज्ड. नेक्स्ट है अ प्रोसेस विच डज नॉट टेक input is called miracle process. Data store notation in DFDs represents data input and data output. Next है coupling is a measure of independent, ये फिर repeat हो चुका है, of a modular component. If a problem is identified and fixed at a dash stage at a later stage in the software development process, it will cost much more than it was fixed at the earlier stage. Next है once these requirements have been finalized the dash process start. तो कंस्ट्रक्शन प्रोसेस स्टार्ट होता है जब रिक्वायरमेंट्स फाइनलाइज हो जाएं. आइडेंटिफाइंग होल पार्ट स्ट्रक्चर्स मीन्स व्हाट आर माई कंपोनेंट्स. डाटा डिज़ाइन एक्चुअली begins during the creation of analysis model not the architectural model. तो ये ट्रू है. नेक्स्ट है सिस्टम आर्किटेक्चर इज इम्पोर्टेंट टू कंसिडर बिकॉज इट हेल्प्स इन मेकिंग ऑल ऑफ द अबव. इन सबको मेकिंग करने के लिए यूज होता है. नेक्स्ट हमारे पास गिवन है सॉफ्टवेयर आर्किटेक्चर इज द डैश ऑफ द कंपोनेंट ऑफ आवर प्रोग्राम सिस्टम, देयर इंटर रिलेशनशिप एंड प्रिंसिपल्स एंड गाइडलाइंस गवर्निंग देयर डिज़ाइन एंड इवैल्यूएशन ओवर टाइम. तो इसका करेक्ट आंसर है स्ट्रक्चर, कंपोनेंट के स्ट्रक्चर प्रोग्राम के. नेक्स्ट है cohesion is about making sure each component does dash thing and does it well. does one thing and does it well. cohesion जो है वो ये यकीनी बनाता है कि वो एक ही चीज़ को लेता है उसको अच्छे से करता है. नेक्स्ट है following are the some statement associated with data flow diagram, identify the correct statement. तो DFDs are used to represent only functional processing, data stores and data movements between functions, DFD overflow charts. तो ये correct statement है. Next, UML analyzes Analysis modeling focuses on the dash user model and structural model. Next, the data flow must be augmented by descriptive text in order to describe the functional requirements for the software product. तो ये true है. It is not possible to use ordinary data flow diagram to model the functional requirement of real-time system. False. An object or class may further be classified on the basis of all of the above. Next है a public interface provide a way for which other classes. तो accessibility. DFD notation contains all of the above. DFD में सब कुछ include होता है. A complex system evolves from a smaller system. Smaller system से evolve होता है. Requirement engineering mainly deal with the dash of the system definition phase. Insufficient user involvement leads to dash product. Unacceptable. Which one is not the purpose of interaction diagram? Identify dependencies among objects. Next है collaboration diagram have basically two types of components, objects and messages. Collaboration में object होता है और messages होता है. The scope description establish the dash between the system we are developing and everything else in the universe. तो boundary between the system होती है. Which one is not a type of messages which sequence diagram depict? Update इसमें नहीं है इसकी type. Next है what is the most crucial non-functional requirement of a system to control radiation dosages that are emitted or treatment for cancer? Accuracy. Given below or some statement associated with the data flow diagram, identify the correct statement. तो context diagram show the major system processes. Next है what would be the most suitable architecture to develop a commercial web page to do business transaction over the internet? तो इसका correct answer है client server model. Next है the first step in any OOA process model is to dash build an object relationship model. First step होता है इसमें. Next है dynamic components of an OOA model are sensitive to timing and event processing. Next है events occur whenever an actor and the OOA system exchange information. Next है by following modern system engineering practices stimulation of a reactive system is no longer necessary. तो ये false है. Longer necessary क्योंकि modern system है तो इसकी काफ़ी अहमियत है. Next है information flow represent the manner in which data and control changes each moves through the system. Next है which view should be considered first during software requirements analysis? तो implementation view है. State transition diagram is helpful in determining business understanding. State diagram जो होती है state transition diagram business को understand करने के लिए यूज होती है. A better design has an object achieve high cohesion and low coupling. The process of defining attributes is called what I know. Attributes को define करने का मतलब है कि हमें क्या जानना है. Which of the following is not an object for building an analysis model? Develop an abbreviated solution for the problem. The output of the design process is a description of the software architecture. Next है हमारे पास which of these characteristics are true of data warehouse but not a typical database? तो इसमें correct answer है currency and correctness of information. Next है identifying system features include all of the above. System feature में सब कुछ मौजूद होता है. Next है the two main document produced during this phase are requirement statement and requirement specification. They are also called requirement definition and functional specification भी कहलाते हैं. Project dash defines the concept and range of proposed solution and limitations identify certain capabilities that the product will not include. तो project scope होता है जो कि इसे define करता है. Windows Mobile is a popular mobile operating system which seen commonly PDAs. Which of the following category pair best describe it? तो application software and embedded software इसको best explain करते हैं. Control flow diagram are needed to model event driven system. The data dictionary contain description of each software तो data object. Next है a cohesion class is one which emphasize dash unit of dash, single unit of functional. Flow charts represent sequence, flow chart sequence को represent करते हैं. Dash gives double the ability to handle essential decentralization. In sequence diagram, events are organized in a dash timeline, vertical timelines में sequence diagram event, sequence diagram में event होते हैं organize. Asynchronous messages are denoted by half arrow. Software crisis came into 1960. What is the main reason for this crisis? तो इसका मेन रीज़न क्या था 1960 में होने वाली क्राइसिस का? सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट टेक्निक. नेक्स्ट है सेंट्रल रोल ऑफ सॉफ्टवेयर रिक्वायरमेंट डॉक्यूमेंट इन इंटायर डेवलपमेंट प्रोसेस इज रिलेटेड टू ऑल ऑफ द अबव. The scope's description establish the dash between the system we are developing and everything else in the universe project planning. तो boundary between the system होता है इसमें. नेक्स्ट है which one is not the type of message which sequence diagram depict. तो इसमें मैसेज की टाइप ने क्या नहीं है, अपडेट, ये एक मैसेज की टाइप नहीं है. कोहेजन इज अबाउट मेकिंग श्योर ईच कंपोनेंट हैज़ वन, ये फिर रिपीट हुआ है. थिंक दैट डज इट वेल, एक ही चीज़ को लेता है जो उसे अच्छे से करता है. कोहेजन. What is the most important software quality of web-based transaction? तो usability. Next है the criteria used to assess the quality of any architectural design should be based on system data and control. Next है if a cat is derived from mammal class and the mammal is derived from the animal class, then cat will inherit animals function and data. In the case of action-oriented approach, data is decomposed according to ऑब्जेक्ट रिक्वायरमेंट. तो इसका करेक्ट आंसर है फंक्शनैलिटी रिक्वायरमेंट. नेक्स्ट है द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट क्रिटिकल स्टेज इन द ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड डिज़ाइन इज अप्रोप्रिएट क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट. ये क्रिटिकल स्टेज होती है और इम्पोर्टेंट भी. द फोकस ऑफ सीक्वेंस डायग्राम इज ऑन ऑब्जेक्ट एंड क्लासेस एंड मैसेजेस एक्सचेंज फ्रॉम above them. नेक्स्ट है डिफरेंट मैसेजेस इन द सीक्वेंस डायग्राम इंक्लूड बोथ सिंपल एंड एसिंक्रोनस. In the case of dash approach, data is decomposed according to action oriented. Next है the dash provides the software engineer with a view of system as a whole architectural model. Double result in a design that achieves a number of different levels of events. Next है code given है, इसका correct answer होगा generalization and specialization. UML is a language for modeling and design. Next है a dash is a system component that provides services to other components but would not normally be considered as a separate system. तो इसका correct answer है module. A dash relationship indicates that one entity is composed of one or more parts which are themselves instances of that or another entity. तो whole part. Next है in sequence diagram the objects are organized in a dash line. in a sequence diagram horizontal line में शो होते हैं and events जो होते हैं वो vertical timeline में शो होते हैं. A useful technique for evaluating the overall complexity of a proposed architecture is to look at the components, the flow dependencies and has ring dependencies. Next है the method of dividing and assigning different portions of a large system to different groups for construction is called a वर्क ब्रेकडाउन सिस्टम. वर्क ब्रेकडाउन सिस्टम कहलाता है. द डैश पॉइंटेड आउट द एलिजेंट कंसेप्चुअल इंटेग्रिटी एग्जिबिटेड बाय लेयर्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ सॉफ्टवेयर सिस्टम विद रिजल्टिंग गेन इन डेवलपमेंट एंड मेंटेनेंस इज. तो एड्सगर डिजिक्स्ट्रा. नेक्स्ट है सिलेक्टिंग ऑब्जेक्ट्स इंक्लूड एक्टर्स, पार्टिसिपेंट्स एंड प्लेसेस. सिलेक्टिंग ऑब्जेक्ट में सब कुछ इंक्लूड होता है, एक्टर्स भी, पार्टिसिपेंट्स भी और प्लेसेस भी. हाउ कैन वी इम्प्लीमेंट जनरलाइजेशन इन ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज? तो इनहेरिटेंस. कोलैबोरेशन डायग्राम कैन शो बी एंड सी बोथ. बी एसिंक्रोनस मैसेजेस और सी सिंक्रोनस मैसेजेस. कोलैबोरेशन दोनों पाए जाते हैं. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट सपोर्टेड बाय मेंटेनेबल डिज़ाइन? तो हायर मेंटेनेंस कॉस्ट. Normally system will be more easy to modify if its module have low coupling and high cohesion. Next है dash is the role that each actor plays in the system under consideration. तो correct answer है a participant जो इसमें हिस्सा लेता है. Any engineering approach must be founded on organizational commitment to dash quality. नेक्स्ट है रिटर्न वैल्यू इन सिंक्रोनस मैसेजेस आर may not used when response is obvious. Next है which of the following is not among one of the 4 layers of the object oriented design pyramid. तो इसका करेक्ट आंसर है द एब्स्ट्रैक्ट लेयर. नेक्स्ट है सिस्टम मॉडल्स इंक्लूड ऑल ऑफ द अबव. ये सब पे मुश्तमिल होते हैं. In the architecture trade-off analysis method, the architectural style should be described using the data flow view and module view and process view. Next है I use case represent the role a user play when interacting with the system. Next है external entity may be source of input data and destination of results. Next है the process of utilizing our knowledge of computer science in effective production of dash software engineering. Coupling is a measure of dash of a module or component independence. आज़ाद होता है कम्पलिंग. Dash has become a standard notation for object oriented system modeling to UML. An arrow in data flow model diagram represent direction of flow of data. Arrow direction को show करता है. Next है dash diagram does not capture control flow information. It just show the flow of data in a system. तो data flow diagram in जो data सिर्फ flow को show करता है. In dash the analyst determine all the sources of requirements and where do these requirements consume source and sink analysis में consume होती है. Next है data cannot flow from one external entry to other external entry because it is not allowed in DFT. Next है in the functional design the structure of the system resolves around functions. Next is dash is one of the technique to document domain knowledge state transition diagram. Next है in case of dash approach decomposition of a problem revolves around data action oriented. The dash relationship is a kind of generalization specialization relationship तो extend relationship होता है. Next है strong cohesion implies that all parts of a components have a close logical relationship with each other. The intent of object oriented analysis is to define all of the above. इन सबको define करती है. Next है requirement engineering focusing on dash aspect of software development process. तो what aspect of software development? Dash relationship is considered with classes, not with the class instantiates inheritance relationship है. Next है which of the following statement are true in context of the object model deviation through the code methodology. तो A और C दोनों को शो करता है ये. Next है the goal of dash to translate the customer's desire for a set of defined capabilities into a working product. तो इसका correct answer है product engineering. Next है in case of a dash message the called routine that handles the message is completed before the caller resumes execution. तो इसका correct answer है A यानी synchronous. Next है a car is made up of a body, three or four wheels, a steering mechanism, a braking mechanism and a power engine. The above statement example of whole part relationship. Whole part relationship की example है. Next है to help separate object external behavior from its implementation. The technique used is called तो ये क्या technique कहलाती है abstraction. Sequence of messages can be present in B and C दोनों में पाए जाते हैं ये. Next है which of the following strategy leads to good software design. ये सब कुछ सारी strategies पाई जाती हैं इसमें. separation भी, modularity भी और divide and conquer भी. data flow model all of above को show करता है. dash requirements are often called product features. functional requirements are often called product features. The first step in develop process model is to build object relationship model. The dash relationship is kind of generalization specialization relationship तो extend है. Next है regarding the which of the following statement is true. Process on data flow can operate in parallel. Data flow operate करता है parallel form में. In point of sale system the term payment represent the transaction. Payment का मतलब होता है transaction करना. नेक्स्ट है द आर्किटेक्चर कंपोनेंट ऑफ आर प्रोडक्ट इंजीनियरिंग आर डाटा हार्डवेयर सॉफ्टवेयर पीपल. नेक्स्ट है एन ऑब्जेक्ट मॉडल encompasses the principle of all of the above. Prototyping is used when there is dash regarding requirement uncertainty. Next है in dash phase of software development requirement analyst focuses on possible design of the proposed solution. तो इसका correct answer है development. Next है in which stage of software development loop result are delivered. तो status queue में. A class will be cohesive if DLF most of the methods use most of the data member most of the time. Next है RDFD is normally labeled as DLT is easier to read and understand a number of smaller DFDs than one large DFD. Next है identify the true statement. True statements are तीनों true हैं, all of the above. Next है dash is technique in which we construct a model of entity based upon its essential characteristics and ignore the inessential characteristics. तो ये क्या है abstraction. Abstraction में हम essential characteristics रखते हैं और inessential को ignore करते हैं. A structure is a manner of an organization which express a dash strong organization within the problem domain. तो semantically. To determine the architectural style or combination of styles that the best fit the proposed system requirements, engineering is used to uncover. तो इसका correct answer है characteristics and constraints. Next है which statement is not according to software engineering principle. तो unsystematic approach. In order to determine the role and responsibilities to identify the objects. तो इसका correct answer है B and D. Next है in object oriented design the dash layer contains detail that enable each object to communicate with its collaborators. तो इसका correct answer है message layer. Next है in sequence diagram the boxes denote an object. Next in railway ticket reservation system the roles such as inquiry, reservation, ticketing and cancellation are to be performed by the user called passenger. रेलवे में पैसेंजर की जरिए से होती है ये सब कुछ रिक्वायरमेंट इंजीनियरिंग मेनली डील्स विद द डैश ऑफ द सिस्टम. तो डेफिनेशन फेज में. नेक्स्ट है इन UML बेस्ड ओरिएंटेड ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड मॉडल ऑफ द सिस्टम आ कंपोजिशन रिलेशन बिटवीन टू ऑब्जेक्ट इज शोन बाय डैश साइन ऑन द होल साइड ऑफ रिलेशन लाइन. तो इसका करेक्ट आंसर है फील्ड डायमंड. नेक्स्ट है डैश एनालिसिस educates the analyst on basic business domain complexity and shows a way to deal with it. तो correct answer है domain analysis. Next है an architectural style encompasses which of the following elements. तो इसका correct answer है constraints, set of components and semantic models. Identify the true statement. तो true statement है इसमें normally object oriented design is more maintainable than functional oriented. Next a maintainable design is a design which support वो सबको सपोर्ट करता है, चेंज को भी, डिबगिंग को भी, एडिंग न्यू फीचर्स को भी. नेक्स्ट है होल पार्ट स्ट्रक्चर इज आल्सो कॉल्ड एग्रीगेशन. द सिस्टम मॉडल टेम्पलेट कंटेन विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग एलिमेंट्स आउटपुट. नेक्स्ट है मॉड्यूल्स विद हाई कोहेजन एंड लो कपलिंग कैन बी ट्रीटेड एंड एनालाइज्ड एज ब्लैक बॉक्सेस से एनालाइज होते हैं. According to Capper-Jones analysis of project activities, coding only has dash effect part in system development 13 to 14%. Dash is concerned with decomposing a system into interacting subsystem. तो modular decomposition है correct answer. Next है in multi-processing application different execution thread may pass information to one another by sending dash to each other. तो asynchronous messages है. Next है in Abbott's textual analysis technique the different parts of speech are identified with the text of specification and these parts are modeled using different components. In object oriented design dash layer contain data structure and algorithm defines for all attributes and operations for each object. तो इसका correct answer है responsibility. In case of dash intra component linkages are stronger while inter component linkages are weak. तो लो कपलिंग में होता है सब कुछ. नेक्स्ट है अ प्रोसेस इन डाटा फ्लो डायग्राम रिप्रेजेंट ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन एंड डाटा. Dash are kind of umbrella activities that are used to smoothly and successfully perform the construction activities. तो इसका correct answer है management activities. Next है when you encounter both transform flow in the same DFT, the flow is partition and appropriate mapping technique which is one of the part of DFD. तो इसका answer है true. Software architecture must address his dash requirement of software system. तो इसका करेक्ट आंसर है बोथ फंक्शनल एंड नॉन फंक्शनल. टू कंस्ट्रक्ट अ सिस्टम मॉडल द इंजीनियर शुड कंसीडर वन ऑफ द फॉलोइंग रिस्ट्रेनिंग फैक्टर्स. तो इसका करेक्ट आंसर है assumptions and constraints. Cohesion class is one which emphasizes on dash unit of functionality, multiple unit of functionality. Next है the best way to conduct a requirement validation review is to use a checklist for the question to examine each requirement. Next है defining the services of an object mean what it does. Which one of the following is the external quality of a software product? तो low coupling. In data flow diagram, the entity or system outside the boundary of the system is called external. Outside any external agent. Graphical user interface, GUI stand for graphical user interface. Specialization means creating new subclasses for an existing class. Next है in use case diagram an ellipse signifies use case. बस आज का हमारा लेक्चर यहीं तक था. आपने अच्छे से तैयारी करनी है और उम्मीद है इन सब MCQs में से तमाम MCQs आपके हल हो जाएंगे. ओके, अल्लाह हाफिज़.